Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Pet. And welcome to this week's Midweek 180, filmed from my new daily. Well, for this week at least. Yes, thanks to McLaren New Forest, I am driving around in a McLaren GT for the week. No mileage limits. They basically just told me to go out and enjoy the car, which is just an incredible opportunity. So plenty more content from this car coming to the channel very, very soon. But if you've not seen one of these before, this is my midweek update where I bring you my news, views and information about upcoming reviews, all filmed in one take. I'm going to put 180 seconds in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and that's it. A very simple format. So without further ado, let's get cracking with this week's Midweek 180. Just to note, by the way, last week's Midweek 180 got, at the time of filming this, 3,800 views. I remember when I first started doing these, I was lucky if I got 200 or 300 views, and I nearly stopped doing them because I just didn't think they were getting any traction. So it is amazing to think that we're getting that many views. Anyway, let's get cracking. I shall start my timer. Okay, leader of the pack last week was FGOM. Congratulations, sir. Joined in the famous five by Kevy427, Jaco van der Volt, Simon W and Tony Madison. So whoever puts the first comment this week, you will be my leader of the pack next week. And the first 5 comments, you will be in my famous 5. Where are you and what you're doing? Well, that was VXR Bandit, who was painting. Took a break to watch the Midweek 180. While he was watching the Midweek 180, his cat rubbed itself all over the glosswork, paint all over the cat, fur all over the glosswork, all had to be repainted. Absolutely brilliant. Boy, did I chuckle when I read that comment. But wherever you are right now and whatever you're doing, put in the comments below and I will give you a shout out next week. Now, last week's question was all to do with the British government announcing that petrol, hybrid and diesel new car sales will be banned from 2035. Everything's going EV. We wanted to know what your thoughts were like that. There was a wide range of opinions. Lots of people not necessarily in favour. I think we all know that's the way it's got to go. Whether the timeframes are appropriate, that's another thing entirely. This week's question. So this week the UK government have announced that they are going to go ahead with the over £100 billion required to finish the HS2 high-speed rail link from London to the north of England. 100 billion quid. I think it's a complete waste of money. The money could be far, far better spent elsewhere. So my question to you is, what else could you spend that money on in terms of transport infrastructure? For example, maybe electric vehicle charging points. Well, that would be a good idea. Or potholes, or just improve the existing rail network. You don't need to build a high-speed rail network. Anyway, I'll stop. I'll leave that one for a Monday talk. I'd love to know what you think about that one. We've started to see some F1 liveries because testing starts next week. So Haas and Mercedes have launched their liveries on their cars. Very exciting stuff. The cars look pretty much the same as they did last year. I'm filming this Tuesday, so Ferrari launched their livery today. When this goes live on Wednesday, Red Bull and Renault launched their liveries. So by the time this video goes live, we will have seen those. And the big news this week is Lewis Hamilton's contract negotiations. He's out of contract this year for Mercedes. My prediction here, Petrol Pet prediction, is he will sign for Ferrari next year. That's just what I think, where he's going to go. I don't know if you watched the latest series of Top Gear. I must just say, I watched the last Top Gear and I haven't laughed so hard in ages. I thought it was absolutely hysterical. I love the chemistry between those three. Absolute nutters. Love them to bits. And then Monday's video, which was my 500th video, amazingly. Quite cool considering this week I'm celebrating 50,000 subscribers, was me being given the keys to this McLaren. Make sure you watch that. And Friday's video at 6 will be my thoughts on my John Cooper Works Clubman long-termer, which went back last week after 3 months and 6,000 miles. Perfect timing. I'm quite pleased with that. So yes, all I need to say, watch the Clubman video. That car had such an impact on my life, and Mrs. Petrol loved it as well. I think it's going to affect quite significantly what happens to my channel this year. It was a brilliant, brilliant thing. I loved it, and very, very difficult to fault. So make sure you tune in on Friday to see my you know, to have a car for 3 months, 6,000 miles, to give you an honest opinion of that. But I am waffling now, so I'm going to let you go. But from the stunning seat that is the McLaren GT driver's seat, I drove this car in the snow yesterday. The living with video for this car is going to be epic. It's like 4 seasons in one day. Gale force winds, driving rain, snow, floods. I've driven through everything. I've only had it 2 days. I've got another 3 days left with it. So, hope you enjoyed that one. If you have done so, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. And I'll see you on the next video, which is this Friday at 6 for the JCW Clubman long-term, if you like, my conclusions, my thoughts on that car. But I thought I would leave you with a cold start. Well, it's not quite cold because I've pulled it out of the carriage, but... this thing just sounds epic! I'll see you on the next film, guys. Take care. Drive safe.